Carissa, and I am honored to lead you through your very first yoga experience. Today, we're going to do a seated sequence. We're going to work on postures moving from Sukhasana, or easy seat, where you begin a lot of yoga practices. We're not going to get up. We're not going to do anything crazy. This is going to be slow and sweet and just tipping the iceberg of our yoga practice today. So what we're going to need is a blanket or a block, or maybe both. So I'm seated on a blanket, and I definitely recommend that you sit on the edge of a blanket so that your hips are a little higher than your knees. Now, if your knees are high and your hips are really tight, totally fine, especially if you're new to yoga. So don't feel like you can't do yoga because of that. What you're going to do is use a block. So you take the block and place it underneath the sit bones, and then look at that. And you can use a book if you don't have a block, a really big book, the biggest book that you got, or a couple of them. So that kind of, again, now my hips are higher than my knees, and I'm sitting up nice and tall. And there will be points in the practice where the block will probably no longer be needed, so go ahead and remove it when you don't need it. But for sitting in this posture, you might need the block, and eventually in your yoga practice, you can get rid of it. You know, like you'll get to the point where your hips will release and relax enough that you won't need a block anymore. But at the beginning, it's okay to use props. Like, that's what they're there for, to help us, to help get the ground up to us, and to help us start to release and relax some of that tension and tightness that we really do have in our hips naturally. So I'm so excited. Thank you for joining me, and let's begin. So finding Sukhasana, easy seat. Kind of find the sit bones down and underneath of you. And then think about your shoulders. See if you can draw them up towards your ears and down the back, opening the chest, drawing the shoulders back. I like to draw my breath into this part of the practice. So you inhale through the nose and you exhale out the mouth. We're going to do that a couple times. Letting go of the day. Letting go of the week. Letting go of anything that is no longer serving you, and just arriving on the mat in this posture. Your hands can rest on your knees or right alongside your hips, whatever feels comfortable in your body. See if you can close your eyes down. And then I just want you to bring your full awareness to the breath, moving in and moving out through the nose. And just feel, like, see if you could maybe inhale a little deeper through the nose and exhale a little fuller through the nose. If your eyes are closed, it gives you a little deeper concentration on expanding your breath. So keep breathing, try to breathe deeper every time, exhale deeper every time. Yoga breath is an integral part of our practice, so we call it our pranayama, our breath-body connection here. And it's not as easy as it might sound. So if it's difficult for you to consciously breathe, give yourself some space and some time to kind of adapt into it. You're doing amazing. We're going to see if we can add a count to it. So a conscious count of breath. So see if you can inhale for the count of 6. And it could be whatever pace works for you. It could be really quick. It'd be nice if it was nice and slow count of 6. Wonderful. You can softly open the eyes. We're going to start to weave in motion with the breath. So trying to keep a really long breath going. As you exhale, you're drawing your chin to the chest. And as you inhale, the chin rises, the throat opens. You're starting to feel into your body. You're noticing how the neck and shoulders feel here as you draw the chin to the chest. And as you open the throat, you're feeling into the throat and the shoulders and the neck. So you're feeling into your body, you're flowing with your breath. Yoga means to yoke, to bring together the breath and the body. So if you're not breathing with your movement, you're actually not doing yoga. As long as you're breathing with your practice, you're doing yoga. Breathing is the key and the foundation, if you ask me. All right, we're going to draw the chin to the chest, and we're going to roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. Ah, that should feel good. Again, yoga should feel like ah, ah. So you're feeling a little stretch through the neck and the shoulder here. Breathing, inhale, lengthening. And exhale, kind of deepening, releasing and relaxing. And you could stay right here, especially if you already feel a really good stretch going on. But if you want to deepen, you can walk your left fingertips out and kind of draw the shoulder back. Yes, a couple breaths here. One more big breath. As your exhale comes, go ahead and draw that hand back in towards the body and draw the chin to the chest as you exhale, and then inhale. Left ear rolls to the left shoulder, and the right side of the neck and shoulder starts to stretch. And again, you're just feeling into that space, that tension, that tightness. You're inhaling and you're exhaling, releasing. Maybe walk the right fingertips out, draw the shoulder back, and again, you're breathing length and space, and you're exhaling tension, tightness, soften. One more breath. As that exhale comes, you can draw the hand back in towards the body, and then draw the chin to the chest, roll it back in, and then stack the head back on top of the spine, nice and slow. Inhale, draw the shoulders up, and exhale, draw the shoulders down. Take the hands alongside the hips, draw the palms open towards the sky, and then we're going to inhale, slowly draw the arms up. Inhale. 6 count, or maybe even longer. Exhale, slowly. Don't let gravity pull the arms down. We're feeling into the arms. We're feeling into the fingers. Sometimes slow and controlled is harder than just unconscious, like, so real slow. And exhale. I know. All right. This is the last time we're going to come up. Our palms are going to touch, and then we're going to take a seated twist. So we're going to take our left hand to our right knee and let our right hand come to the back corner of our blanket or the back edge of our mat. We're going to look over the right shoulder as much as it's available. So you have a range of motion in your body that's going to be different from every body, because every body is different. So I want you to feel into your body and notice where it feels like, ah. Okay, taking it to that edge before it goes, ow. So finding that space. You're gonna inhale, lengthen, get tall through the crown of your head, and then exhale, you kind of twist just a tiny bit more. You're just micro millimeter movement to the exhalation, deepening into your spinal twist. You're doing so good. So inhale, lengthen. And exhale, deepen. I'm going to take one more big breath in. Lengthen and exhale, release, inhale, sweep your arms up again with that control. The palms are going to touch, and then we're going to take it to the opposite side as we exhale. Right hand to the left knee, left hand to the back edge. And again, find your range of motion. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, and find that deepness. One more breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Our palms are going to touch. And then we're going to draw the hands to the heart center. Excellent. Shoulders back. Nice. Go ahead and take the hands back to the knees or alongside the hips, actually towards the hips. We're going to take our left hand, ground it, and we're going to take this right arm up and kind of over as we kind of slide the left hand out. Side body stretch. Kind of turn your heart open towards the right. And take a few breaths here. Where do you feel this in your body? And then using that inhalation, start to lift the right arm up. Let your body follow with control. And then take that right arm down. Landing that right hand down, lifting the left arm up. And again, you're exhaling. Feeling into that left side body. Lengthening through the side. One more. Use that left arm as you inhale. The left arm starts to lift and lift you up as well. And exhale, float the arms down. Nice. Draw the shoulders up and down the back. We're going to take our legs out. So kind of our legs have been sitting crisscross for a minute. Kind of shake them out. Taking them as wide as it feels appropriate. Kind of flex through the toes, maybe move the toes around, feel into them. All right, taking the legs as wide as it feels good or appropriate. We're not gonna go super hard today. We're gonna come into a wide-legged forward fold. So I just want you to walk your fingers slowly forward, nice and slow, until you feel that, And you're gonna hold where you're really feeling the stretch happening. And we're gonna breathe here. Soften through the face. And you might find that as you're here and you're at your edge, that as you're breathing into it, you can maybe find just a little bit more space to deepen. One more breath. We're gonna roll back up really carefully. So draw your belly button towards your spine and start to slide your hands back as you kind of stack bones on top of bones, vertebrae on top of vertebrae until you sit back up real tall. Maybe even draw the shoulders up and down the back. Excellent. We're gonna come into kind of a Jani Shirshasana, which means we're going to draw this left foot, bring a bend into that left knee and draw the left foot to the inside of the thigh. Now we're doing this kind of to the side. You can also do this straight ahead. So we're going to kind of take our body and turn it towards this extended right leg. And we're going to take our right hand kind of down the right leg. Just kind of to where your reach allows naturally. Then you're going to kind of open this heart up and take this left arm over towards that foot. And maybe your arm can kind of come down the leg as you fold over towards the foot. And we're just gonna breathe at that edge. Again, you're getting a big side body stretch here. Kind of looking over to the left side, and you might be quite a bit higher. Again, you're feeling into your range of motion, and give yourself a lot of grace, especially in your first practice, okay? Flexibility comes with practice and time. It doesn't just appear because you decided that today you're gonna do yoga and you're gonna be able to touch your toes. And thank you for trying yoga. It is a wonderful practice. One more breath. And then we're gonna start to lift that left arm, let it lift you back up, slide you back up, shoulders up and down. And we're gonna switch sides. So we're gonna extend that left leg out and draw the right foot into the thigh. All right, perfect. And again, left hand kind of comes down to that edge, kind of open your heart, sweep the right arm up, and maybe, you know, you're gonna find your edge. Maybe it's here. Maybe you can deepen. Think about the belly button pulling to the spine. Think about how you're breathing, where you feel this. One more breath. Use that right arm to lift you back up, sliding that hand back up the leg. Beautiful. We're gonna take this right leg, extend it out, walk this left leg in, and we're coming into staff pose. So in staff pose, the hips are in line with the spine, right? You have this L shape with your body. The feet are really flexed. You really engage your legs. You engage this upper body. You press your hands right. The hands come down right alongside the hips. You're gonna press into the hands so that you're lengthening. And again, this looks like a super easy pose. Belly button's pulled into the spine. Shoulder blades are back. You're lengthening through the spine. You're drawing energy through the legs. You're flexing your feet. You're drawing your toes apart. It's actually very intense. The whole body is activated, engaged. We're gonna breathe here. Activate it. Feeling into the body. One more breath. Release. And I didn't mention this, but once we came out of crisscross, we could have come off the block if we were on a block. So I apologize. I didn't mention that earlier. So hopefully if you're doing this, you're not on the block anymore. Draw the shoulders back. We're going to come into a forward fold here. So now we kind of soften the body, release that engagement, And we're gonna walk the hands down the legs. Same idea as when we did the wide-legged forward fold. Just walking your hands down as far as it feels good and folding forward. This has got a little bit more roundness to the back. In the wide-legged forward fold, we're kind of keeping a flat back. So you can round a little bit more here and keep the belly button engaged. Soften through the face. And again, you're taking it to your edge where you feel like, but not ow. Okay, you're doing so great. How are you breathing? And maybe you find a little bit more of a fold as you continue to breathe. You could deepen. Next inhale, we're going to start to again roll up, stacking bones on top of bones, moving slowly with intention. Draw the shoulders up and down the back, sitting up tall. Excellent. All right, we're going to come into our final seated posture of our practice today, Baddha Konasana. So this is where your feet come together and your knees are apart. Again, this is where you might sit back on that block if your knees are super high. You can also take the feet out further as well. So the idea is to draw the heels in towards the body and the knees down. Butterfly pose, right? So opening the shoulders back and lengthening through the spine. So you can kind of hold on to the ankles to give you a little leverage. And close down the eyes here. And we'll breathe. Try to visualize the breath moving up the spine and lengthening you. Get taller as you breathe in, and as you exhale, feel the breath move down the spine, ground you through the sit bones. Sink. Nice. 2 more breaths here. All right, releasing the hands from the ankles and coming back into that easy seat, that Sukhasana, that crisscross seat. Draw the shoulders up and down the back. And we're just gonna end again with a little bit of conscious breathing. And normally in a yoga practice, we would lay down. And so if you desire to lay down, especially if being seated like this is becoming uncomfortable, feel free to come to the back, but carefully and with conscious control. So we're just gonna end our practice kind of the same way we began it. Draw the shoulders up and down the back and then close the eyes. And again, focusing on the breath for a moment. Feel it moving in and out. Start to soften behind your eyes and unfurl the brow. And release and relax the shoulders down. And if it's available, kind of shifting your awareness to the things that you are grateful for. There are so many things to be grateful for. softly open the eyes. Draw your hands to your heart center. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in a sense of peace. Breathing in a sense of presence. And breathing in a sense of gratitude. I am so grateful for you trying yoga for the first time. I hope that I was a catalyst for your yoga adventure, just the beginning. Okay, so I hope to see you again on the yoga mat. We'll dive deeper into so much more. There's so much more. I still have only tipped the iceberg in my own personal practice and yoga journey, and I've been doing this for 10 years. So just know that every step of your journey is just as important as the destination. You're exactly where you need to be. The light in me honors the light that is in you. Namaste.